If you guys remember, 3 days ago, I released a video where I showed how a left-leaning journalist was very concerned over the current culture that goes in the United Kingdom, where you can get into trouble if you offend. And now that the Queen has passed away, I guess Owen Jones knew that leftists can't keep their shit together. And some of them are going to get into serious trouble, whether that is getting fired or trouble with the law, as we see here. So far, there have been arrests for disturbing the peace, and breach of the peace is actually trending on Twitter right now. And this happens as a woman was holding up a sign saying, fuck imperialism. I don't know why she's against China, but okay. Now, many people on Twitter are wondering, where are the free speech warriors? Where are the free speech warriors? Here I am. I have arrived. Who must I do battle with? It's a very difficult battle to wage, I have to say, because the culture in the United Kingdom, much like the culture in the West, does not value liberty, freedom, and more importantly, free speech. What the culture in the United Kingdom values is safety, the holy QR code, and policing. Right? So it's very difficult for me here at my little table to do free speech activism in a culture that completely rejects it. For the last 4 years, there have been many activist groups and millions of dollars pouring into the system to convince people that safety is paramount, more important than liberty and freedom. I mean, there is recently, and I'll probably make a video about it, a teacher in Ireland which got in trouble with the law because he misgendered a student, and he ended up in jail. There was a viral video also recently with lesbians being excluded from a LGBT rally in the United Kingdom because the lesbians disagree with the idea that a woman can have a cock. And as such, they're transphobic. So the police also, breach of the peace, and they escorted them out of the march. There's a viral video with it. So you have a comedian which had to pay a fine and was also in trouble with the authorities. Because he made an edgy joke, Count Dankula, right? What free speech are you talking about? To whom are you appealing? Like, which people do you want to come into the aid of the lady who wants to fuck imperialism? I don't know. Like, you managed to convince people, you managed to persuade people that safety is... Well, clearly, the monarchy doesn't feel safe with citizens going around with the sign, fuck imperialism, abolish monarchy. Like, King Charles doesn't feel safe. So apparently, all of a sudden these people are very concerned. Yes, I understand. I mean, we've been talking about this, we've been concerning about this since 2016. And of course, my official position regarding this is that it's incredibly rude, disrespectful, and poor class to say something ill of the dead. Like right after the Queen passed away, you should hold your shit for a couple of days at least. Like if you don't like the monarchy, now is not the time. But, I don't blame the leftists, I blame their parents. But anyway, right, moving past that, I don't think people should go to prison for this. I do not believe that the police should have arrested the woman that wants to abolish the monarchy. However, what I want doesn't matter. What I want doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not the one making the rules. I never supported these types of legislation. I have no power to take back the law of the land. And of course, the law of the land is the law of the land. It has to be applied equally, right? I mean, if you're a Marxist, you believe in equality. And the law needs to be applied to everyone, even to people who disagree with it. We can't have, like, if the law is only applied to some people, then you want monarchy. Like, you want the aristocracy who's above the law, and then you want the peasantry. No, no. Like, what I value more than free speech is everyone should be equal under the law. This is the golden principle. Even if the law is unjust, okay? Because When the law applies to everyone, people start realizing, hold on a little bit, I don't want this to be applied to me because it seems to be a little bit unfair. Maybe we should change it. And then when you change it, maybe we can improve things. Otherwise, if the law only applies to the plebs, then the lawmaker doesn't care. It's like, oh, well, this law is tyrannical. Well, who cares? It doesn't apply to me. It doesn't apply to my family. So this is why I think it's the gold standard that everyone should be under the same rules. I don't make the rules, I play the meta. If I was in the United Kingdom, especially now, I would not hold any offensive signs regarding the monarchy. I would hold my shit, because I understand the circumstances, I understand what's going on there. Like, most people do like the monarchy. Now is not the time. Now, of course, if this leftist lady, the woman who was holding the sign, is outraged because her free speech has been impeded and she wants to come on my channel so we can talk together about free speech, and now she wants to be a free speech activist, she is more than welcome to come here. Like, we can argue all we want, you know, if we persuade more and more people and those people persuade other people, maybe something will change. Sure, I am more than willing to work with whomever wants to reestablish more liberties and freedoms. Absolutely. Absolutely. But until those liberties and freedoms are established, everyone is under the same law. I mean, we get safety. I want the safety. Fine, safety. And QR codes, of course. By the way, this is also very interesting when people say, oh, but you're a free speech warrior. Oh, why don't you speak out against it? So when I get censored, no one speaks for me, right? But I disagree with the rules. Like, I don't think that people should be censored for what they say in public. I mean, I think free speech is a human right. But anyway, right? So, I disagree with the rules, but for some reason, I'm subjected to them. But the people who agree with the rules, like the people that, oh, they want safety, they want all that, when the people who agree with the rules get in trouble, all of a sudden I need to advocate for them, right? Even though they will immediately change their tune once they get out of trouble. And by the way, like, I don't understand this argument. I heard it on Twitter being mentioned. Like, it's a very convincing argument. It's kind of like, you know, if you have a doctor who cares about life. Like, he wants to save life. And in order to do so, he does experiment on mice. In order to find a cure, in order to find, you know, like, there's the plague going on, and he wants to figure out what medicine to use. And in order to do that, he does experiment on mice. And you have, like, people go like, oh, but I thought you care about life. Why are you experimenting on mice? Why are you doing this? Clearly you do not care about life. And it's like, look, well, you moron. Like, obviously, in order to save life, you need to prioritize what's more important. Right? What's more important, finding a cure for the plague or the life of a mouse? And it's the same thing regarding, like, the free speech. It's like, what's more important, the ability for everyone to have free speech or for the censor and authoritarian to talk about how they want to restrict that free speech? Like, imagine the London fire, right? And there's an entire neighborhood that's burning. And the arsonist that started the fire goes around and is like, oh, where's the firefighter? Where's the firefighter? My house is burning. Why is he going over there? Why is he putting out that fire? Why is he not putting out the fire in my house? I was like, dude, you're the arsonist. Shut the fuck up. We're gonna get to you eventually, but I think that the old lady across the street who didn't ask for this should be prioritized. You know, like, that's my take on this. Let me know what you guys think, though. And I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.